Everything that was broken has forgotten its brokenness. I live now in a sky house, through every window the sun. Also your presence, our touching, our stories, earthy and holy both. How can this be? But it is. Every day has something in it whose name is forever. I was driving down the road and Matt was at work, and my caseworker told me on the phone that she had met an expectant mother who was trying to make a hopeful and living plan for her child, and that she had chosen us and wanted us to be the parents. So I drove to him and we just wept and prayed, and we decided to meet the expectant mother, and it was an amazing experience. She was so loving, and we felt confident that in a few weeks we would have our son in our arms. In meeting her, we saw the opportunity to come alongside of her, and in loving her in her vulnerable situation, it also allowed us to become the parents that we so long to be. Shortly after that, Lyle Watts Jacob was born. They put him into our arms and we were a mess. He was the most perfect little baby. He had the most adorable dimpled chin and the sweetest scent, and we just held him close. He was everything to us in that moment and still today. There is an inherent loss and grief in adoption. We see that, we feel that, we honor it, but we are just so incredibly grateful that this is our story and that we've been knit together through adoption, and there isn't anything I could possibly imagine that would be better than this.
As many of you know, we are a family knitted together through adoption, and adoption's been something that was on our hearts since we were dating. And then fast forward a few years into our marriage, and the initial step that we took was to try and grow our family biologically. But after that didn't go as planned, we were reminded about those hopes and dreams of adoption from the early days.
I am sure that this is how God meant to grow our family, and I could not be more grateful for that.
So several months ago, we felt the Lord calling us to continue growing our family. And this would make Watts a big brother, bringing in a son or a daughter. We already love this little baby, and we know that the Lord is knitting their life into ours and our life into theirs. If you know us and you know our story, you may have actually helped us with something miraculous a couple years ago when we raised about $20,000 in just a few weeks. And we are just blown away continuously by that generosity, and we are so grateful and thankful for that. We would like to invite you to come alongside us in the journey towards the next addition to our family. You can be praying for the expectant mother, whoever she may be and wherever she is, that she would just have a peace that surpasses all understanding, and that she would feel God's love. You can be praying for this child, that they would know that they were loved for all of their days. Pray for us that we would have patience and wisdom, and that we would trust that God will provide all things. Finally, prayerfully consider how you can come alongside us financially.
We know that our strength comes from God and our community in this, and we really need your support. Our adoption expenses and administrative costs and legal fees are expected to be around $28,000 this time, but we are confident that God is going to provide for us. We are incredibly grateful for your support through the years and in the years to come, that we know we can lean in on you. Just being our community and our friends and our family has meant the world, and we rest assured that we have such amazing community around us, and we just thank you for entering into this process, and we know that God has us in this next stage, and please join along with us as we lean into what He has next for us.
Thank you so much for being a part of our journey.